Hi, everyone. This is General von Hoffman. We're very excited to have Dr. Ybaben back with us, clinical psychologist from the 75th Med Group Occupational Medicine Flight. And we have a few more questions. Dr. Ybaben, we said before, you and Dr. Pepper had the most views up until our CMXG parachute shop started making these masks, which are awesome.
Cool.
Anyway, we had a few follow-up questions,
Sure.
if you wouldn't mind answering for us.
Sure.
And the first one I have for you is, has there been an increase in employees seeking assistance through OCMED for anxiety, depression, or substance abuse issues in recent weeks? And if so, how can we start to notice or be aware or address any of those issues with people around us?
Okay, thanks. Interestingly, there hasn't been an increase kind of connected to or related to the virus and the pandemic and everything. The other week also we heard from the Employee Assistance Program, the counselors on base here that we also have, and they reported the same thing, no real significant increase, which again is interesting. I know our clinic is taking all the phone calls from folks across space who are concerned about things. I saw someone sneeze out in the parking lot. Am I okay?
Right.
And really our front office staff, our nurses, they handle those questions. They give information to folks. They go through a checklist to make sure that they're okay with things. And most of the time, that's all the people needed. They just kind of needed some reassurance that they were okay. And they didn't really need to speak with a mental health professional or anything. So again, we haven't really seen a real increase. A couple groups, I guess, I'd be concerned about, though. One, of course, we're all working. We're doing okay with that. But a lot of folks have spouses or partners or other family members at home who are not working or whose maybe work hours have decreased significantly. And so those folks are starting to have some significant financial concerns, not maybe problems, but definitely concerns. And so, I'd certainly want us to watch out for them. EAP has financial assistance. Our wingman advocates know of other financial counselors or banks, et cetera, who can help out with folks. And so that's one group I'm concerned about. The second group is our employees who are involved in substance abuse treatment programs. A lot of those programs are group-based. They have group meetings, group treatments. They're always together maybe for several hours of the day, even if they're in an intensive program. And a lot of those programs, because of all the precautions, have either stopped or some of them are going with the virtual online meetings or phone meetings, et cetera. Some are still actually meeting, but they're taking the safety precautions. They have masks. They're sitting far away from each other. But again, some of them, it's kind of hit or miss out there. I've been in touch with several of them. It's hit or miss. Some are up and going and some are not, which means our employees, our patients who are involved in those programs, they're a little more at risk right now.
Sure.
So again, we want to watch out for them, check in with them. Sometimes we know who's involved in that kind of program, management knows, and so again, if they know how to reach out and just, again, make sure that they're doing okay. Be supportive, absolutely.
Right. Thank you. What are some of the ways we can effectively manage or reduce stress at home during these challenges time? Whether you're returning from work, you've been out here and you're returning to work to a family that's been locked up, kind of, for all day, or whether you're trying to telework in a household that has people in it.
Yeah. I think both of those situations are tricky. There are a lot of things we could do. A few things I guess I'd like to highlight right now. One, having some kind of routine, and both for us coming back home or the folks who are teleworking or doing that approach, having some kind of routine so we know, okay, this time to this time, here's what we're doing at home. Here's a break. Here we're back to work. Whatever. Here's a break. Here's lunch. Here's dinner. Some kind of routine so everyone knows what's going on. There's no confusion. There's no struggle or conflict as far as just making sure that we're all okay and everything. So having some kind of routine. A second thing, and we live in a paradise here. Right outside the gate, there are miles and miles of hiking, biking, walking trails, everything. Getting outside, getting out into nature, which could mean up in the mountains here, could mean walking the dog around the block, anything. There's some interesting research that indicates that people who do 2 hours or more of getting outside sort of activity their stress levels are significantly reduced compared to those people who don't do that sort of thing. And so it doesn't have to be a 2-hour block. It could be 20 minutes every other day, 30 minutes every other day. But just some time to get out, enjoy things out there, get out into nature a little bit. A third thing is to reach out to others. If you have an elderly neighbor or family member, or you know someone who might need some help out there, just reach out, check in with them, pick up the groceries if they need something, but just kind of check out on the folks. We had some neighbors the other day walking around. They had masks, they had gloves, they had a bag of individually wrapped toilet paper. How's that?
That's great.
With a little note on it, a little note saying, "Hey neighbor, how you doing? Hope you're okay." You know, that kind of thing. And they went door to door and, you know, knocking on people's doors again, stepping aside. Here you go, chatting a little bit, and just, you know, saying hi, checking in with folks. And the neat thing about that is that when people help someone else, their own stress levels go down. And so helping others helps us maintain our stress. And so, you know, we like to say anxiety is contagious, and so is compassion. And so just doing something, reaching out to others like that.
Great, thank you. Love that answer. What type of appreciation would you say resonates most with our employees still working on the installation? In other words, what do you think people need to hear? What really resonates with them?
That's a good one, a tough one, because of course, you know, what resonates for you might be one thing, for me is something else. So it's a very personal thing. And also we have organizations out there who do their own thing. You know, well, we do burger burns and we do this and we do that. And so it's important to know, well, what's meaningful for folks, you know, for our employees, our coworkers even, what's meaningful. But I think the real critical thing is just letting people know that they are appreciated somehow. And it might be just saying something, it might be a gesture, but just, I think everyone appreciates being appreciated. How's that? And so some kind of, again, words, gesture, etc., can be good for everybody. Well, we had one of your leaders actually came by our clinic the other week and dropped off a little gift for us, this little treat, just out of nowhere, because he knows that we're doing some extra things at our clinic, and he just came by and said, "Hey, thanks, thank you."
Yeah.
And it was great. Everyone thought, "Wow, you know, this is nice." It was good timing. It was the end of the day, so we all went home with smiles on our faces, and we went home and told our family, "Hey, guess what? Some big shot commander just came by and you know, did something nice and said thank you for us." That was nice.
Yeah.
It was a great thing.
Yeah.
And so again, just expressing some kind of appreciation.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Ybaben, we want to express our appreciation absolutely to you and the entire ACMED staff that have been so supportive and really out on the front lines as we have moved through this COVID-19 response. So we greatly appreciate it.
Sure thing.
And appreciate you doing the video with us today.
Okay.
Thanks.